So, welcome everyone. Hello. And I would like to invite you to sit comfortably on the mat in a position where the spine is relaxed, where you can just sit into the body and just take a few deep conscious breaths. Take your time and allow the breathing to be active. So you feel how you breathe in, how the body raises away from the mat and the floor, and as you breathe out, how it sinks down towards the floor. You can close the eyes if you wish to, and just remain with this breathing, just maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Be conscious of how your body expands and contracts in and out from the space that surrounds you. Be conscious of your body sitting on the floor, and how the floor is supported by the earth beneath us. Supporting your mat, supporting your body. Be conscious of everything between your body and the floor. Not the floor and not your body, but everything between your body and the floor. Your clothes, the mat, the contact, the space. And then reaching deep, deep down into the earth beneath you, beneath the building that you are in. Creating contact with the earth beneath you, the earth's energy, gravity. Allowing your body to become heavier and heavier with each breath. Be conscious of the sounds that surround you, inside and outside the space that you are in. And allowing the sounds to simply be there, without judgment, right or wrong. And now bringing the focus to your mind, the space that your thoughts travel through, and expanding this space almost to the point where the thoughts become insignificant and only the space remains. You are the center of this space. You are not the breathing, and you are not your body, and you are not your mind. You are self, consciously watching. Watching the breathing, watching the body, and watching the mind. And now, when you are ready, slowly and gently opening the eyes. Welcome. Good. So today is going to be a little bit more advanced. We're going to stay in the positions a little bit longer as we go into the term, and we just expand slowly as the body feels comfortable to do so. So again, as I've said to you before, it's important to only do what your body can do and not to push it beyond that point. So it's becoming aware of yourself, not the limitations, but aware of yourself and what you and your body are capable of in each moment. And if we do this, then the mind and the body will simply expand with this and relax into it. So this will accelerate the amount of space that we get in order to relax into the positions, and time basically becomes irrelevant. For those of you who have been in my lessons before, time goes very quickly because we're so involved with what is actually happening. The time basically disappears into insignificance, much like the thoughts. So we're going to start today by coming to the back of the mat, and we're going to come onto the knees, and we're going to sit gently on the feet. And here, if you're new, of course, you can place a cushion between the legs or under your ankles to make it more comfortable. Otherwise, sitting gently down onto the feet and resting your hands onto the knees. And here I want you to allow the arms to become as heavy as possible with the hands resting on the knees. And here we can close the eyes again. What we can be aware of in this position is the change of how the body is supported. The different points of contact and the different space between the body and the floor. As we are still expanding into this conscious awareness, we're going to practice taking a deep breath and slowly inhaling, watching how the body raises away from the floor, and then slowly exhaling and feeling how the body sinks deeper and deeper down in contact with the floor and the earth beneath you. And if you wish to, doing this 1 or 2 times more, just so you become fully aware of this movement, the gentle rise and fall of the body with the breath. And now completely releasing any control over the breath. Again, simply watching as the body inhales and exhales. This natural and beautiful life-giving process of body breath. And just as we sit in this position for the last few seconds, relaxing your hips and lower back and the knees, the ankles, relaxing the shoulders just that little bit more. And then slowly and gently, again we open the eyes. Good. So we're now going to move the knees to the sides of your mat. And at the moment I'd like you to leave the toes together at the back. We can of course do this with the feet separate, but it helps the lower back and the pelvis to relax just that little bit more if the toes are together in the center. You can take the hands forward onto the mat, and we're just going to walk the hands forward until the elbows can come to the floor. Hands towards each other in the center, and then gently bringing the forehead and nose to the mat. Be aware of the constant movement of the body with the breath. Giving all responsibility to the earth beneath you, gravity, for the relaxation. Still conscious of the vibrations in the air that surrounds us, that we perceive as sound. Again, relaxing the hips, the knees. Maybe the heels gently touching the buttocks. Be conscious of your fingers and the hands. Not only the contact with the mat at the hands, but also the space between the floor and your hands. Relaxing the shoulders just that little bit more, the lower back. As the spine lengthens in this position, you might find that you need to lift the head gently, allow the neck to lengthen, and then again place the head gently back onto the mat. So as I said many times before in Yin Yoga, it is a myth that we should stay completely still. The only thing that is important is to remain completely and utterly relaxed. Allow the chest to be as heavy as possible. Again, if you wish to, lifting the head lengthening the neck, relaxing the shoulders, and then returning the head to the mat. We're going to stay in this position approximately about 30 seconds more. And lift the elbows, maybe move them a little bit further away so that the shoulders can relax just that little bit more. And maybe for the last time lifting the head, relaxing the neck, and then replacing the head onto the mat. Giving all responsibility to the earth beneath you for the relaxation of the body and mind. Good, so we're now going to bring the hands gently back to the knees. You can slide them over the mat, just making everything as easy and as lazy as possible. And then inhaling as we gently come up out of the position, feeling how the body resists leaving the floor. We bring the knees back together in the center, and again, return the hands to the knees. Relax the shoulders. And closing the eyes here, and simply becoming aware of your hips, the lower back. Maybe you're sitting even deeper onto the feet or the heels, or slightly between them. Is simply to observe, becoming the watcher. As I said before, the less we do and the less we think, the more we become aware of. Just simply aware of the body and your mind. We gently open the eyes. And today we're going to sit side. It doesn't matter which side we go to. Come to the right or the left, and then I'm going to come to the center of the mat so you can see what I'm doing. And if you like, you can face the front of the room or the long side of your mat. And we're going to come into a gentle body or spinal twist. So we're going to start by placing the left foot under the right thigh, tight into the buttock. So we're not sitting on the foot, we just gently bring the foot in towards the buttock. And we're going to make sure that the left knee is straight forward from your hip. So we don't want it 45 degrees out to the side in this position, but basically straight forward from the hip, or 90 degrees to your mat. We're now going to place the ankle of the right foot on the outside of the left knee. And here we can just check that the foot is in the correct position by gently rubbing the front of the ankle and the front of the knee. So we don't want the foot too far back and we don't want the foot too far forward. Basically, so that we can just touch the front of the ankle and the front of the knee. Good. And today we're going to come a little bit deeper into the position. So I want you to bring the left elbow around the right knee. We're going to hold the wrist with the right hand, and allow the right arm to be as heavy as possible. Så vi bring it around the knee. Så runt knät, Malin. Runt. Okay, okay. Then we gently look back over the right shoulder, and we're simply going to breathe in this position. As we breathe, I want you to become aware that the right buttock naturally comes closer to the mat. And also that with each breath, especially with the exhale, the body simply turns just that little bit more. And here it's important to be aware that the body is not going to be moving centimeters. It will be a 1 millimeter or even half a millimeter. It's just to be aware of this progress or movement as we're sitting in the position. For those of you that are relatively new, if this is too uncomfortable, especially in the left shoulder, we can simply bring the hand to the knee. This will release the pressure a little bit from the left shoulder. But otherwise, having the elbow around the knee, gently hold and relax the right arm as much as possible. So heavy shoulder, heavy elbow, and again, gently looking behind you. After a few breaths, you're going to notice that you can gently turn the head just that little bit more. This is not in any way forcing the body to rotate more, it's simply allowing it to do so. I've said many times before, what your body thinks is the maximum position isn't necessarily the case. Relax the hips just that little bit more. As we do less and less, and watch more and more, we start to become aware of other things that we sometimes miss. For example, while we're sitting here, just simply become aware of the air in the room or the space you are in against your skin. The difference in temperature. Or the movement in the air as it passes over and around your body. Just for these last few seconds, just relax even deeper into the position, becoming as heavy as possible. We now gently release the position, coming back to the center. And we can sit straight again. And of course we change sides. So we're going to now bring the right foot under the left thigh. Again, bringing the knee 90 degrees to the mat or straight forward from the hip. And then placing now the left ankle on the outside of the right knee. And again, here we just want to check front of the ankle, front of the knee. And we're now going to bring the right elbow around the left knee. We take the wrist with the left hand and now allowing the left arm and the shoulder to become as heavy as possible as we just gently hold the wrist. Allow the left buttock now to sink down towards the mat and then gently turn the head so you're looking now back over the left shoulder. You might find that you feel like it's almost magical, as if suddenly the head can turn that just that little bit more. But in fact, this is completely anatomical. Basically, if the pelvis becomes straighter and straighter to the mat, the spine becomes straighter and the neck simply allows to rotate just that little bit more. It's a very nice feeling to actually get deeper into position without actually having to do anything except watch. It's a very comforting feeling that we can actually achieve a lot of things by simply relaxing. We're so used to, as human beings, to have to work to get anything done or anywhere. With Yin Yoga, we can simply relax. We'll become more advanced, more aware, more conscious. It's very difficult for the mind, or especially the brain, to understand this process, as doing nothing basically is doing nothing. So how can doing nothing be so much? It is just to watch this awareness grow within the space of your mind and your body. While I've been talking, and maybe the neck has relaxed just that little bit more, so just gently turning the head. If it doesn't turn, it doesn't matter. And there's no judgment right or wrong. And remembering, as I've said before, if you feel discomfort in your body in any way, it's just to allow it to be there. And what we do here is we focus on everything else, everywhere else that is relaxed. Maybe even focusing on the space in the room. Again, the contact between the air and your skin. Movement in the air. Sounds that surround you. Maybe taking a deep breath again, just feeling how the body reacts to the inhale. And then a long, slow exhale, and feeling how the body sinks down even deeper into the position. Sometimes we can get to positions where the body starts to shake or vibrate. The important thing here is to allow it to be there, just as if it was tension. It is simply a way of the body to release even more. Relaxing both shoulders, heavy elbow on the left side, hips relaxed, knees, ankles and toes, even the fingers. Very good. And we gently, again, release the position and rotating back to the center. Going to come straight into butterfly. We take both feet, and I want to encourage you now to start to bring in the heels just that little bit closer to the groin or the center of the body, basically into a position where they're approximately 10 centimeters away from the center. And if this is uncomfortable, of course, still being able to move the feet to a position where you can actually relax. So, good. Again, today we're just going to hold the feet, and you can have the fingers under your toes and just interlock the fingers, or just gently resting the hands onto the feet, elbows heavy, again relaxing both shoulders. I want you to allow the spine to round itself, so we actually sink into the pelvis. Just drop into the pelvis so you can feel here is where the body can sit and to relax. We return the arms to the legs, the elbows are heavy, and now I want you to relax the neck again, so chin in towards the chest, and not forcing this position. I want you to just simply come to a position where the body says, there, that's where I can come to right now. Close the eyes and simply become aware of the breath, the movement of the body, relaxing the hips, the knees, the whole of the spine, from the base of the spine to the top of your head. Now taking a deep breath again, and exhale, relaxing the neck, feeling how the whole of the spine reacts. Come a little bit deeper. There are several different variations of this position. This is basically one of the first. We're just getting used to the fact that the body can sink deeper and deeper into the pelvis. As we become more advanced, of course, we can start to lean forward, use the weight of the body, and eventually we lie on the floor directly in front. But right now, I just want you to feel how the body just sinks deeper and deeper into this position, using the weight of your head. One more time, deep breath. As you relax and exhale, relax the neck just a little bit more, and the spine. Feeling how the body rounds even deeper into the position. As we do this, you'll notice that the pelvis and the hips relax, so the knees naturally come even closer to the floor. Becoming now aware of the heart beating inside your chest. Maybe you can feel it, or maybe even hear it. I often marvel about the power and secrets of the brain and how it works. The heart is one of the loudest organs of the whole body. You can be aware of how loud that is if you listen to a newborn baby's heartbeat. The mind has the unique ability to switch off this sound, switch off the feeling of the heart, the blood pulsating around the body. It's very clever because this would be extremely distracting if we heard the heart all the time. I think it took me maybe about 2 or 3 years before my brain actually allowed me to switch off that filter and actually hear my heart beating, feel it. Just relaxing just that little bit more these last few seconds. Relaxing the buttocks, the hips, the whole of the spine, the chest, the upper back, shoulders. Even maybe move your elbows just that little bit further forward so the arms can hang from the shoulders. And then we're going to inhale and slowly roll up out of the position. I want you to slowly come out of the position. Very nice. Good. We're going to straighten the legs out in front of us, and we're going to take the hands slightly back from the body, just behind the hips. It's a good place. Allow the feet to fall out to the sides, so the hips relax. And we lean back onto our arms. And basically the support is from the wrists to the shoulders, so you're going to feel the head's going to sink down into the shoulders. And here we can just close the eyes, relax the hips just that little bit more. And this is just a position of rest between other positions. Sometimes it's nice just to separate the feet just that little bit more. So again, here we can allow the spine to round, sinking down again into the mat. I sometimes like to picture my body as a hammock. It's just hanging between two trees and nothing expected of the body or the mind. It's just to be exactly how you are. Be relaxing the hips just that little bit more. Sometimes I can feel a gentle smile coming onto my lips. But we're just gently going to release this position so we can start by lifting the heads. Come forward with the body. And again, we're going to come to the mat, but this time we're going to lie down onto the mat. So just coming down to the mat without using your stomach muscles, we're just going to rest the elbow onto the left or the right and just come down to the mat. Here, of course, we can use a cushion under the back of the head if you wish. But what's important here is that we can allow the shoulder blades to come to the mat. And we can do this generally by moving the arms just that little bit away from the side of the body. For me, it's approximately about 45 degrees. Back of the hands resting on the floor. Palms up towards the top of the room. Maybe becoming aware of the difference in temperature between the mat and the floor and the arms against the floor. Relaxing the hips just that little bit more. And then if you wish to, closing your eyes. Again, bringing your focus to the breath. Maybe noticing how the breath is more relaxed, maybe not as deep as it was. Or maybe nothing's changed. It is only to observe the breath, where you are breathing in the body. Is it deep to the stomach or more up towards the shoulders? If you find yourself controlling the breath, release it. The body will breathe completely by itself. The more we can watch this process, the more we will be able to relax. Good. So we're now going to bring the feet together in the center of the mat. You can bring the arms into the side of the body. We're going to come into cat's tail again, which is a position we have practiced before. So I want you to come up onto the right shoulder and the right hip. And we're going to place the left foot on the outside of the right knee and continue rotating the body until the knee is on the mat or on the floor. Here again, we can use a cushion. We can support the head just that little bit more, if you wish. And I want you to rest the right hand and the right elbow down onto the knee and the floor. And the important thing here is not to hold the knee to the floor with the right hand. It's just to allow it to rest onto the knee. We're then going to bend the right knee and take the foot with the left hand behind the back. And in the beginning, it can be quite nice to just look out to the right. But as we get more advanced, we can start to gently turn the head, so we can start to rotate the whole of the spine. So we're now looking to the left. And this will be unique to you at the moment. It's just to try whichever one is more relaxed. Which you feel can create the rotation in the back that is comfortable and relaxed. Temptation here, of course, is to try and hold the knee down towards the floor, but I want you to breathe instead. Focus on the breath. As always, as we begin to practice Yin Yoga, we can use this conscious breath as we breathe in deeply, feeling how the body reacts to the position. And then a long exhale and feel how the body just sinks even closer down into the mat, towards the earth beneath you. We're going to hold this position a little bit longer today. Closing the eyes. Become conscious how the left shoulder comes closest and closer to the floor. And again, much like the spinal twist that we practiced earlier, we're not looking for centimeters or even perhaps millimeters, but just this small percentage of a millimeter with each breath. So eventually, of course, the left knee will be on the floor and the right foot will be on the floor. And we'll be looking gently out to the left. And be completely relaxed in this position. And we can close the eyes. That's just this last minute in the position, just looking around the body. Be aware of how the breath almost massages the inside of the body. And then we can release the position. So first we release the right foot from the left hand, straightening the knee, and then gently rolling back towards the center of the mat. It doesn't really matter how we do this, as long as we do it as gently and as smoothly as possible. Today we're going to directly change sides, so we're going to roll up onto the left hip and the left shoulder. Right foot comes outside of the left knee, and we continue this rotation until the knee comes down to the floor. Again, now we place the left hand on top of the knee, the elbow is on the floor, and again we're just resting the hand, so we don't want to have to push the knee down, it's just resting on top of the knee. Right. We're then going to bend the left knee and take the left foot with the right hand, and here again using the cushion to support the head if you wish to. Looking out to the left. Once you're completely relaxed, then gently turning the head to the right now. Checking again that we're not pressing the knee down to the floor with the left hand. Generally what will happen is if you have managed to start pressing the knee down, as you lift the hand, the knee will come up away from the floor. So this is only just to observe what is happening. The other thing that's very pleasant during Yin Yoga and the practice of Yin Yoga is we tend to release the ego. For some reason we seem to give the ego a lot of responsibility for what we can and can't do. And really there's no place for ego in yoga. In fact, my teacher has often said, leave your ego outside the door. You can collect it when you go home. Which I always found generally quite amusing. I once asked him why he suggested it. And he said to create humor and also to remind them to take it home because he doesn't need it either. So one of the nice things that I like to do in the Yin Yoga is to, for example, think or feel the space between each of the bones in the spine. So the soft part of the spine, if you like, the discs, the space between each of the hard parts of the spine, and just encouraging each of these soft parts to just become just that little bit softer. Strangely enough for me, I often get more rotation, and in the 30 years or so of practice I've had in the yoga, I've never been able to actually physically explain this as to why this happens, but the conscious awareness is there. And feeling that it does happen is just to accept it. We're going to be in this position for about another 30 seconds. So again, you can check, so not pressing the knee down by gently lifting the left hand away from the knee, replacing it. Relax the shoulders, rotation in the back, just that little bit more. And as I said on the other side, eventually the knee is going to be on the floor and the right knee and the left foot be on the floor, and you'll be completely relaxed. Maybe taking one more deep breath and a long exhale, just encouraging that last little bit of relaxation before we release the left foot from the right hand. Straightening the left leg and then rolling back to the center of the mat. Good. Moving the feet now to the corners of the mat, removing the cushion from under the head, and again returning now the shoulder blades to the mat. I want you to become fully aware of your body lying on the floor. As we finish today in Savasana, the guided meditation into relaxation. So if you wish to, you can take a blanket over the body, maybe put on some socks or a warm jumper, or just making sure that you feel completely comfortable. Maybe placing the bolster or the long cushion under your knees so that we can relax the back. I'm going to dim the lights just a little bit. Becoming fully aware of your body. Feeling the weight of your body on the floor. Being aware of each point of contact from the back of your heels and through the whole body to the back of your head. Completely conscious of your body. Again here, conscious the breath and the gentle rise and fall of your body with each inhale and each exhale. Again, allowing the body to breathe completely by itself and watching this beautiful process. aware of everything that surrounds you. The earth beneath you, the sky above you, the space to the right side of your body, and the space to the left side of your body. The sounds inside and outside the room. The space of your mind. Coming deeper and deeper into complete relaxation. Allowing yourself to settle and feeling the gentle support beneath you. Now taking a deep breath in through your nose. Hold for just a moment. And then exhale slowly through your mouth. Gently repeating this. With each breath, imagine tension dissolving, like mist raising from a still lake. And evaporating into the air around you. Turning your awareness inside the body and mind. Feeling again the natural rhythm of your breath flowing in and out like the tides of the oceans of the world. There is no rush, no resistance, only the effortless movement of breath, like water, always finding its way forward. Imagine the first droplets of rain falling from the sky, each drop carrying purity, renewal, and the infinite potential of water's journey. Imagine yourself as one of these droplets falling gently until you reach the earth. Once you feel the earth beneath you, merge with others to form a small stream flowing downhill, effortless, winding through the landscape, the earth. With each breath, feel yourself flowing forward adapting to the curves and bends of life's path. At times, the water moves effortlessly, gliding over small, smooth stones. Other times, you meet obstacles, yet you do not resist. You move around, or over, or through, always continuing on your journey. Now feeling yourself becoming a part of a powerful river. The current strengthens, carving through rocks, shaping mountains over time. You are this strength. You are this persistence. No force can stop your flow. Notice now how the river's flow changes. Calm pools give way to rushing rapids. You do not fight. You do not cling to the stillness or the fear of turbulence. You simply move forward with the path of least resistance. Breathe in and feel yourself letting go of any and all resistance. Breathe out and trust the movement of life. Where in your life are you resisting the current? Where can you surrender and trust that you will always find your way? With each breath, feel the river widening, opening, flowing towards something greater. You are no longer a single drop, no longer a rushing stream. You are merging into the vastness of the ocean. Here, the surface may shift with waves and tides, but beneath there is a deep, deep stillness, a profound peace that nothing can disturb. Rest here. Feel this depth within you, unchanging, steady, and infinite. And now, slowly, begin to bring awareness back to your body, lying on the floor in this space. Feel the gentle flow of the breath like waves caressing the shores. Gently moving your fingers and toes if you wish to. Stretching as if waking from a long, restful awareness. Place your hands on your heart and whisper to yourself, I am fluid, I am strong, I trust my path. And when you are ready, slowly and gently open your eyes. Becoming aware of the space that you are in, and again the support of the earth beneath you. And when you are ready, slowly, gently, and as beautifully as possible, please come to a sitting position so we can finish together. We bring the hands down in front of the heart and relaxing the arms and shoulders. We take a deep breath together and exhale forward, simply thanking each other for the space that we have shared together today. The inhale gently coming up, and then exhaling the hands gently to the knees and relaxing the shoulders. Here again we can gently close the eyes. Feel the stillness. Balance. Namaste. Have a beautiful evening.